Hello, everybody. What an honor to be here tonight. I've looked at pictures on the walls and did a tour today, and it brought back a lot of memories. But to do what we accomplished took so many people and so many partnerships and relationships and great engineering from the engine group, great styling and engineering from the GM guys, just a super partnership. And I think when the program started, we were hoping that this would last 3 years because that's the longest any program had lasted historically. And I had been racing at that time for about, 25 years or so. So here we are at the 25th year. And it's just literally amazing that happened. And somebody asked me, how do you think that happened? And I think, when the program started, we had a lot of patience within the program. Actually, when it first started, we were only supposed to do 4 races when we actually began racing. But Doug here, with his persuasion tactics, we were at Sears Point racing, and that was, I think, our 3rd race of the year. And we're on our way home, and Doug says, well, I'm going to try and talk him into doing Portland. Doug, the truck is on its way back. And he goes to Joe Negre, who's a big supporter of the program, and tells him, no, Doug keeps pushing. And finally says, well, I don't know how we're going to pay for it, but let's do it. So as soon as the cars got back to the shop, we didn't even unload the trucks. We sent them to Portland. And off we went, and that's kind of how the program grew. It grew with a lot of intensity, a lot of, some people would say, oh, man, we're going to race again next weekend. Well, everybody cheered in the shop, and we were small. We had, part of the CAD department would go and do tires. Another part of the machine shop would come and help. It wasn't the specialties that we have now. It started out with a fairly small group of guys with a lot of enthusiasm and just an earning to do the best job we could. And my philosophy in racing was, in order the driver to have everything they needed, and when I was younger, I wanted to be a driver. And like you saw in the video, we built cars and we felt we needed to do something better than everybody else was doing. And I was fortunate to meet the right people at the right time in my career. And it just seemed like that first 20, 25 years I was racing was preparing for this program. And it really started to really sink in that after a couple years of the program with Bill DeLong, myself, Dave Albright, Gary Young, a lot of guys, Frank Parker, a lot of people that are actually no longer with us. The program has lasted that long. But the name of the company was Pratt and Miller Engineering and Fabrication, but we didn't have any engineers. So we felt, Jim, we need to get a couple of engineers. So we went out and we got some. We actually hired some guys. They contracted to work with us, Doug Louth, Lynn Bishop. Doug Louth first, a guy by the name of Steve Cole that I had met 10 years before that, had kind of self-trained in the engineering field. But there was 8 other guys in their company, and we didn't know what we were going to do with, what do we do with 8 engineers? We have 2 cars. So Jim, in his wisdom and vision, well, let's give it a year and see what we can do with all these great guys and talents, and they showed us the way, man. I mean, they had some ideas that were unbelievable, and you mix those ideas with people that have been racing for 20, 25 years, and you can figure out a way to incorporate those ideas in the car. Some of them were pretty far-fetched, and if we could get 50% of that into the car, it was working for us. And that was, you felt that everybody on the program it was a culture that I started, as fabricating and welding and wanting to race and that kind of thing. So it's kind of at the bottom of the ladder, but I wanted everybody on the program to feel like they were a very important cog in the wheel of this organization. And I think we, as a group, accomplished that. And it was easy to do with a small group and have it grow and try to continue with that culture. So with guys like Bill DeLong, was the original crew chief on the program, But as we got bigger, people had to make decisions. We needed the best guys to run the manufacturing area and continue that culture, building the best thing, even though we had more races to do, more people to keep busy, and Bill took that on. And him and I just thought alike. And I would leave for a race, and I didn't worry at all because Bill was there to make decisions and continue on. Guys like Dan Binks, Ray Gongla, the crew chief of the car that won Le Mans 3 times in a row. He's still at Pratt and Miller, assembling race cars, teaching guys how to do it. So it's been a fabulous deal. Couldn't have been any more rewarding for me. I felt like I spent the first 25 years of racing to prepare for this program, and the patience and the know-how that we were able to put together from the fabulous drivers. I think we've had, 27 drivers over the years, something like that. Guy by the name of Ron Fellows, they had 2 programs going at once. He was doing the testing for both cars, but for some reason he felt the Corvette would be the one to go with. And there, Ron had a 10, 15-year career racing Corvettes with us. Those kind of things, it's been great. Now we've gone through the Oliver Gavins, the Jan Magnussons, Olivier Beretta. Those guys all had a great career with Corvette racing. And look at the cars, man. Here we are, C8, beautiful. I had one of them too. So it's been great watching Corvette grow, and I'm very proud to be part of that growth, part of that, just watching the Corvette become, to me, the greatest Corvette, the greatest sports car in the world. And my hat's off to all the guys that helped do that, and appreciate the hard work over the years, guys. Thanks.